So once you know how you line up in an org chart, once those job descriptions are flexed out, because you've done a great job defining all the functional tasks and responsibilities that the company has to provide to its customers, right? Now you go, okay, got the org chart, got the job descriptions. Now we got to talk about how the baton is getting back. When does your job stop and mine is, or is there anything we're doing simultaneously to save time, or how do we move that? Or any wisdom you can share on the struggle is real there?
Well, the struggle is real there, but my process for that, writing processes is a process.
Yeah, it is.
You have your org chart, you got your boxes, you got the bullet points that this box is responsible for these things. Then you go to one of those bullet points, and I was using Bookkeeper before, and I said, she enters invoices. Well, I make more bullet points. This is how you enter invoices. And presume a level of intelligence. You don't tell them how to turn on the computer, but you go to here, have to have this information, this information, this information. Now you can write that out, or in the world of KHALIL and all these young people, we can do a video of that. And that is our how-to, right? So we've got under the job descriptions on the org chart, the topics, the general topics. Then we're going to go below that and write systems and processes for how to do it. And on some of them, where necessary, not everything needs it, but some of them that's necessary, we're going to do a how-to, which could be a video or a training session or an expanded PDF, whatever method it is that you actually train. So you haven't told somebody just go forth and build this exhibit at Las Vegas, talk to you next week. At some point, somebody got to tell somebody how to do something, right? And then when you have processes, and I know you know this, but when you have processes, we hire people for their brains, but 80% of what everybody does is the same old, right? 20% requires my thinking, my thought, don't stand under that ladder where thing falls and all that. So you try to, in the systems and processes is where you capture best practices. And when you find a better way to do it, you've got a place to change it and everybody can learn, right? So that going from the org chart to the job descriptions under each box, to the systems and process that are also under the job descriptions, to the how-tos, which are in a library, you can keep them lots of different ways, that show how we do that thing. And then the last thing in interest of time was the key performance indicators. And we said way back at the beginning that as you delegate, you need to not abdicate, you need to audit, right? Meaning you have to find a way, and powerful KPIs are really a big deal. Okay. I'll give a quick story. Good to Great by Jim Collins, or Richard Collins. Jim Collins, a
great book.
Identified one of the reasons that companies separate themselves was having a great denominator, which is a KPI, something per something. And his example was, Eckerd's drug, which is no longer here, and Walgreens. Walgreens had a per customer measure, how much profit per customer. Eckerd's had a per store. Well, who's to say at the time who's right? Which model is right? Well, one model caused Walgreens to build Walgreens stores every mile, every 2 miles, because they're after the customer. Eckerd wouldn't do that because you put them too close, it cannibalizes the store sale. Well, may not be exactly that, but Eckerd's is not here anymore and Walgreens is. They worked on a model. And so sales is a model. It's not a very, is a KPI. It's not
doesn't
really
tell your whole story.
We discussed because, and that's not what we're after.
Right.
We want sales that bring margin and turn into cash.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not what you sell, it's what you keep. Right.
Is correct. And many, many, many people in business are concerned with the top line. What did I sell? And I say the purpose of business, there is only one objective purpose to business, one, and it is to turn cash into more cash. I didn't say sales. I didn't even say profit, because you can go gloriously broke making a profit if you don't get paid, or if you don't get paid in time, right? Purpose of business, cash into more cash, causes you to think differently. So you can measure that things. How long are your accounts receivables out? What's my working capital requirement? Those are all kinds of things for KPIs. How much labor per dollar of sales do I have, or dollar? There are a lot of KPIs that people will measure differently in different businesses. So it's something to talk about, but there is some measure that captures how are things going.